Welcome to the Explainer. You know that feeling, right? Where your business has like a dozen different apps and none of them seem to talk to each other? It's a huge headache. Well, today we're going to get into how companies are finally cleaning up that digital mess. And it's all thanks to a really powerful tool, the SAP Integration Suite.
It's kind of strange when you think about it, isn't it? I mean, we've got all this incredible technology, so you'd expect businesses to be more connected than ever. But a lot of the time, it's actually the complete opposite. So what is going on here? What's the root of this problem?
Well, it really boils down to this. Their systems just don't speak the same language. I mean, just picture it. Your sales team is over here using one system, your finance team is using something totally different. And if they can't talk to each other automatically, guess what? Somebody has to sit there and manually copy-paste data from one to the other. And that is how you end up with these walled-off data silos, costly mistakes, and just a massive, massive drain on everyone's time and energy.
And this whole issue, this widespread problem, it actually has a name. We call it the disconnected enterprise problem. And let me tell you, it's one of the biggest roadblocks for any company that's trying to actually, modernize.
And this slide, wow, it really shows you the gap between what businesses want and what they often have. I mean, on one hand, the dream is this perfectly seamless, automated flow of information, right? But the reality for so many, it's just a tangled mess of data that doesn't match up and tons of manual grunt work.
Okay, so how do we fix this? How do you actually bridge that gap from the messy reality to that seamless ideal we're all aiming for? Well, the answer lies in something called system integration.
So what is that? Honestly, the best way to think about it is like you're teaching all your different software programs to speak the same language. You're getting them to finally work together as one cohesive team. And listen, this isn't just about what's happening inside your company. It's also about creating those smooth, seamless connections with your suppliers, your customers, and all your partners out there.
But here's the thing. Just connecting everything isn't as simple as it sounds. The way we've approached this has changed a lot over the years. We've gone from, well, total chaos to some really elegant, modern solutions.
So back in the day, the approach was pretty straightforward. If you needed to connect System A to System B, you just built a direct link between them. Simple enough, right? This is called point-to-point integration. And yeah, it works okay if you only have a couple of systems, but as soon as you start adding more and more, you end up with this incredibly fragile, chaotic mess. Engineers have the perfect name for it: digital spaghetti.
And that old way, it just doesn't cut it anymore. It's like the source material says, the model is just challenging to scale. And just think about it for a second. If you make one tiny change in one of those applications, you could literally break that entire web of connections. It's a nightmare.
So people realized there had to be a better way, and that's when a much smarter approach came along, the hub and spoke model. The airport analogy here is just perfect. Instead of trying to have a direct flight between every single small town, you route everything through a big central hub, right? Well, in the tech world, that hub is a central integration engine. It brings order to the chaos and makes managing everything so much simpler.
But, the story doesn't end there. The evolution kept going. And then the cloud came along and just completely changed the game. It gave us the most powerful and flexible integration tools we've ever had. And this is where we meet something called IPaaS. That stands for Integration Platform as a Service. And folks, this is the real game changer. So what is it? It's basically a cloud service that does all the heavy lifting of integration for you. It's managed by a vendor, it scales up or down whenever you need it to, and it puts all the tools you could possibly need right in one place.
And that brings us right back to our topic today, because that's exactly what the SAP Integration Suite is. It's a top-tier example of a powerful iPaaS that's built from the ground up to connect the entire modern enterprise.
Okay, so what does a platform like this actually do? Let's pop the hood and take a look at what really makes it tick.
All right, so what's the secret sauce here? Well, for one thing, it's a massive library of pre-built connectors. Think about it. Instead of having to build every single connection from scratch, which takes forever, you get over 160 ready-made adapters just for non-SAP applications. I mean, that completely changes the speed of your projects.
And because of that, the whole process just gets way, way simpler. You don't have to be some super hardcore coder to do this. It's basically 3 steps. 1, you discover the pre-built content or API you need. 2, you configure it to fit your specific business needs. And 3, you just deploy it and run it in the cloud. It's a much faster, what we call low-code approach to a really complex problem.
Okay, let's zoom out for a minute. We've talked about the what and the how, but let's get to the big question, the why. Why is this so incredibly important for businesses, especially right now? What's the actual payoff?
And the payoff? It is absolutely huge, because it directly attacks all those problems we talked about at the beginning. All that manual work, it gets automated. That data that was trapped in silos and maybe wasn't even correct, it suddenly becomes available and reliable everywhere it needs to be. And that, in turn, boosts productivity, lets the business scale up, and wraps all of your data in one centralized, secure system. When you get right down to it, that's what modern integration is all about. It's the glue. It's the thing that holds the entire digital business together. It takes that fragmented, messy collection of apps and turns it into a single, unified, intelligent enterprise, one that can finally deliver on all its potential.
So, that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. Just imagine for a second, if every system, every process, and every single piece of data in your organization was perfectly, seamlessly connected, what could your business build? What new possibilities, what amazing innovations could you finally unlock?